Episode 30, Jonbenet Case, John Ramsey's Motive. Viewer discretion is advised because of some of the vocabulary used in this video, describing body parts and things of a sexual nature and child abuse. There are no graphic photographs in the video. And anytime I say assault, that would be sexual assault. In this video, I contend that John Ramsey's motive was that he was a child molester. And he didn't want to kill Jonbenet, but he did because he had to avoid being caught. So the outline for this video is, first, the assault. Second, that Jonbenet was bleeding. And then third, the murder. Okay, here's a copy of the first page of the autopsy report. And it's listing injuries to the body. Roman numeral 1, ligature strangulation. 2, the skull and brain injuries. 3, an abrasion of the right cheek. And 6, an abrasion and vascular congestion of the vaginal mucosa. Okay, this portion of the autopsy is stating that she was assaulted prior to being murdered. And we're going to look at other parts of the autopsy that talk about past injuries also. And also more detail about this assault. Okay, here you can see that there was dry blood found on Jonbenet's private areas. And if you pause the video, you can see all the different areas. And keep in mind that the autopsy was done at least 24 hours after her death. So that's why the blood is dried. And here you can see physical evidence of prior sexual abuse mentioned in or listed in the autopsy report. Now this is from the affidavit for a search warrant. And it states that the pathologist believed that she was assaulted. And this part of the affidavit, it shows that there was a thin layer of blood on her thighs. Maybe I spoke too soon. Here's when they found out that the substance was a smear of blood on her thighs. Here it talks about samples of the red stains were sent off to the lab to be tested. And here you can see the evidence paper bag and the date, and it says, it's hard to read, but it says red stains. And so that was sent to be tested. And then here on the long johns, it has the little A to indicate something. The pathologist, Dr. Meyer, stated to Detective Arndt that his opinion is that the evidence observed is consistent with the child's pubic area having been wiped by a cloth. So I contend that John Ramsey assaulted Jonbenet. She started bleeding. And John was in a predicament because he couldn't go to Patsy or take her to the doctor because there's no way to explain this injury. So he decided to kill her. And so the rest of this video is about the cover-up. So the first thing that happened was John had to explain, where was Jonbenet? She's missing. And so the simple explanation was she was kidnapped. And then he worked on writing this ransom note, and he came up with the angle of the foreign faction. And that's why Jonbenet was found the way she was, with the garrote. A garrote is uncommon, not a normal thing in the United States. It gives itself the appearance of being of a foreign killing. Once you come to the conclusion that John killed Jonbenet, all the clues and facts make sense, and it all fits together perfectly. If you see anything that doesn't, leave a comment. Tell me what doesn't make sense. Well, this ends this episode of Unsolved, and in the next episode, I will look at another theory that entails John Ramsey as the murderer, but with a different motive. See you the next time.